I'm Tony Sklar with BNet TV. We are here at Mobile World Congress, and I'm having the pleasure of speaking with Ford's Chief Technology Officer. How are you today, Paul?
I'm great, Tony. How are you?
Very well, fantastic. Congratulations on winning your award for safety. So that is absolutely fantastic.
Thanks. Really pleased.
And this is your first time at Mobile World Congress. So first question out of my gates is going to be, how do you like Barcelona?
I love Barcelona. It's a great city. As you say, it's our first time at Mobile World Congress. It's not our first time at a tech show, though. As you know, we've been going to CES for several years now, and we're finding that these tech shows are really a great place to bring together this convergence between everything that you do in your everyday life with your mobile devices, your consumer electronics and the vehicle, and just an expectation that things are going to converge. You mentioned the award that we won. Really proud of that. It's an award that we won for our emergency assistance feature that we're launching with Sync here in Europe. Very similar to the 911 feature that we have in the US, but the difference is in Europe we have to deal with different countries. So the cool thing about that feature is that the vehicle will actually communicate its position using GPS, but then it will make the emergency call in the local language. So the example I would give is if we have a Spanish driver, for example, on holiday in France or in holiday in Germany, unfortunate enough to be involved in an accident, that call will actually be placed in German or in French, despite the fact that it's a Spanish driver in a Spanish car. So huge peace of mind, and obviously recognised in the award that we've just won.
Well, congratulations on that. And I know that Ford, yourself, Alan, and I have had this conversation a few times during CES about the fact that so much investment from Ford has been put into the technology and into making it better for the driver, safer, but focusing on what the consumer is really looking for in an environment like this here at Mobile World Congress. You know, exactly what you won the award for is innovative, and it's what these conferences are about.
Thanks, absolutely. And you know what we're doing here, bringing Sync to Europe in our BMAX vehicle, is just a continuation of that strategy that we've had in the US. And it's really starting to now bring together very completely our global product lineup. As I think you and your viewers are aware, we've been working for the past several years to develop a lineup of global vehicles. That means not just the vehicles themselves, but actually the features and the technologies, the innovation that we're able to offer to our customers. So bringing Sync now to Europe is just a very logical extension of that. We've had more than 4 million vehicles that have already been built and sold in the US. So it's just the right time with the right type of innovative vehicle in BMAX to offer that same experience to our customers in Europe. And a great place to launch it here at Mobile World Congress.
Well, yeah. This is the largest amount of attendees that this conference has actually ever had. It's pushing 60,000. This event has just really become a global conference, which is great. But the diversity of the ecosystem is what we're really starting to see. You know, a number of years ago it was just infrastructure and equipment and manufacturers, and we got into sort of the handsets and the kitchen gadgets. To see Ford here is that extra extension, you know, going outside of the connected home. Now we're into the connected car. You're the driving force behind that. I want you to comment on that, and then I also want to get into the V2V technologies that are also going to be existing.
So it's really a great point that you're making, and you know, when you think about the home, you think about the office, you think about the vehicle, and we're all using digital devices, mobile devices, and so on. What we see is that really should be a seamless experience, and the vehicle itself should just become a second home or a second office on wheels. And there's so many things that we all do in our everyday lives, and you think, well, why should that experience stop when you get into the vehicle? So there's really just this convergence, and you know, we're sitting here in our EVOS concept car, which is probably the best example of our thoughts into the future around how we can really deliver this seamless connected experience for our customers, not just in terms of preferences like music and temperature settings and so on, but we can actually use the technology to adapt the car to your driving preferences. It's got a hybrid powertrain, so we can adapt the powertrain controls to the type of driving conditions, conserving the electric power for when you might want to use it, the chassis controls if you're driving in a sporty environment or you want a more comfort type setting. And then we can also, and this is probably in terms of future opportunity, one of the biggest opportunities that we have is by connecting cars to each other, so developing a vehicle-to-vehicle communication infrastructure, we can now have a network of vehicles that will provide for a more efficient and a much safer driving environment. And we had Bill Ford here at Mobile World Congress last evening, providing a keynote speech where he talked about a number of macro societal and economic issues, population growth, economic growth, huge increase in the number of vehicles over the coming years, and the need for us to all work together, the auto industry partnering with the network providers and the mobile industry, to develop this infrastructure and network of connected vehicles so that we can avoid a scenario that we think of as global gridlock.
It's a big shift in mentality for a car manufacturer, and it's something that Ford has done at a very rapid pace. You're the chief technology person in that position, leading that charge. You seem like you've been able to cross certain barriers at an expedient level. How have you been able to do that?
Well, we've been looking at consumer trends and working with trends for several years now, and I think we were fortunate and proactive in terms of being on the leading edge of this trend that I'd describe as a convergence, the convergence between the mobile device and everything that we like to do, whether home or office, and bring it into the vehicle, and developing our Sync platform in partnership with Microsoft, launching that 4 years ago in the US, really gave us a head start, and since then we've stayed on the leading edge. And coming to Europe now with Sync, again being on the leading edge, being at Mobile World Congress, being the first automaker to bring vehicles to Mobile Congress. Not so much to talk about the vehicle itself, although it's always great to talk about cars, and we love talking about cars, but to talk about the technology that's in those cars, not in engineers' terms, but to talk about them in terms of the experience that they can deliver for our customers.
I don't want to sort of continue to focus on the safety. Well, obviously safety is going to be the first and foremost in any conversation we're going to have regarding a vehicle, but I know that you are also a driving force behind the mHealth components that could be in the vehicles, but my point to that is that Ford has also been really great in looking at other partners to help develop on their platform of technologies.
Yeah, so that's a great point. We can't do all of this by ourselves. We need to partner with people like Microsoft to develop the basic operating platform with the network providers to ensure that we've got the connectivity. And then in terms of a number of content providers, one of the areas that we're really excited about looking into the future is mHealth. And if you look at another global trend, is increasing customer awareness around health and wellness, and using the internet to access health information, mobile devices to manage medical conditions, things as like allergy alert, diabetes, and so on. The car that we're sitting in, for example, the EVOS concept car, has a heart rate sensing seat. Right. So it can actually monitor as a driver my stress levels, anxiety levels, can take actions to help me mitigate if I'm feeling fatigued, for example, avoiding me getting drowsy while I'm driving. So
I think that being said, I want to congratulate you again on being in the position on forward-thinking, driving in the technology seat with the auto manufacturing, leading the industry has just been fantastic. Congratulations on the awards, and I look forward to being able to have this conversation again surrounding some of your forward-looking thoughts.
Appreciate that. It's fun to spend some time in the EVOS concept car.
It is great. So I think Paul's going to take me for a little spin here, and at that, and at that, we're going to close the doors. And I'm Tony Sklar here at Mobile World Congress with PNET TV.